pounds. Why is there a 1-day wait for those to become available? This would be especially helpful for players on the other side of the planet being half a day or more ahead of USA time.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, that was so having them start on Saturdays was not a gameplay decision. It was more of a process decision. What I mean by that is we do a release on Friday. There's always the possibility. Well, one, it's bad luck to release on Fridays, but we do it anyway. And there's always the possibility that something will go wrong. We don't want to be pushing out hot fixes and bug fixes and whatever all day Friday and interfering with your game should that ever happen. So like, let's give us the, you know, room and just start it on Saturday so people aren't doubly mad. And that's really it, honestly. So some of that would be fixed with blue green deploys, which is something that our backend lead is architecting and working on a bit. So don't want to get into that too much, but that would help alleviate that.
Well, the next question says, can we add a sold column in the production monitor? This would help keep track of overproduction per hour and truly being able to squeeze everything out of the build.
Yeah, that one comes up a lot. That's definitely in our feature backlog. Think I made the ticket myself, and yeah, that would be valuable. So let's see. Next one is for Riant. Will there ever be an ice sculpture meta?
Well, that's a really interesting concept. I've been thinking about it. I really like when users share ideas on what kind of new competitions, new NFTs, or new crafts or buildings they would like to see in the game. About this one in particular, I'm trying to think what the recipe of its crafts will be like ice blocks and what else? Maybe tools. We're trying to introduce monthly concepts like we saw in January with coffee and eco paper now in February. So please let me know what kind of concepts you would like to see in game, what kind of buildings or new crafts you would like to see in game. It's great when users share how would they run the game and create new concept with it. So thank you for
Hmm.
the question.
Dr. Heggie says maybe the competition is just 48 hours. It's funny how the pendulum swings back and forth, right? Like we make it short, they want it longer. We make it longer, they want it shorter.
Yeah.
A
Well, we
classic.
did. I think people got, was it this May Mayhem? Maybe it was last May Mayhem where we did different length competitions every week to try to see what people wanted and then did a vote at the end. And 72 hours was what won that one. And I think that that's why people continue to vote 72 hours because we did a couple of 24-hour ones. We did some 48-hour ones. We did a couple like 7-day ones and then let people choose at the end what time frame they liked best.
Yeah. Ooh, Postman's got the Noir Hero. That's a
No, that
great
does not
NFT.
mean that you win the ice sculpture competition automatically. It is
I
a
love that
beautiful
one.
NFT
Yeah.
though, yeah.
I have I don't have the real one, but I have one in our test towns. Use it all the time. Let's see. The captain says, I would like to see all bugs fixed before adding anything new. Yeah, it's a hard balance, man. You know, me personally, I'm a completionist and I love to check all the boxes and all that. That's just my personality. And um, you know, balancing features versus old promises that we made. Some of these promises years old versus bug fixes. It's a hard call. So yeah, a lot of chat run away with the postman's discussion about the ice sculpture. I don't see too many live questions today, though.
No, not really. I see the mention of the panner bug, which we are definitely working on. It is a high priority, so as soon as we get it fixed, you guys will know.
Mm-hmm.
Any other live questions before we move on?
Bazinga, Panner Brothers bug is getting fixed today. Nope, not today. All right. Oh man, I see some images showing up in our leak section, but we're not there yet. Now it's time. Let's see. Live feedback. Oh, maybe it is leaks time. Is it leaks time?
Leaks time.
It might be. If I drop these images in the chat, I don't know. Riant, do you want to talk about them at all, or
Absolutely, yeah.
sweet? Let me throw some
Oh
in the
man,
chat.
I'm so excited.
Let's show it. All right, here you go. Say hi to the great Pernice, your new best friend. It's a new NFT concept that we have been working on. We're trying to always introduce new ideas on what is interesting to the game in value, right? And we thought, okay, maybe some town folk would be interesting. A cute dog walking around your town, giving a special ability that could help you in your competitions. And we are really excited to show it for the first time now, the Great Pyrenees. We are thinking how to name it. We want to have a name for the puppy, and we want to let you decide on it. We have not really decided on how to do it, but we of course want to have a name for the puppy. So say hi to the Great Pyrenees, and we will let you know when you can get it.
He's so cute.
He is super
Parkron, I love it. Parkron.
Spike. Um, yeah, there's a lot of good names. Nigel. Steve. Great idea, Rip Rock.
Puppy Puppy face. Yeah, we don't
Steve.
we don't want a McBold face situation, of course. Boaty
Hey.
McBold face.
Yeah, that's right. Doggy McDog face. Yeah. So I don't know. Actually, let me ask you a live question, Riant. So this is the vision for this one is it would be some kind of card. It doesn't take up any town space, right? So it'd be like a skin, but
Right.
the dog would still walk around in your town.
Yeah, it actually has animations.
Okay.
It
So it'd be
it
like the style and ride or something.
correct. That's the concept. Yeah,
Okay.
and give a global ability, which is TBD.
Okay. So some kind of
Hmm.
global ability affects the whole town. Puppy wanders.
Correct. Correct.
That's cool. And is this something that you see being later in the year when we level up NFTs, something that would level up
Oh,
the
absolutely. Yeah.
okay.
I, I, um, I think I wouldn't like to delay bringing this puppy live because of waiting of upgradable NFTs. But eventually, when we get that, they will absolutely be able to be leveled up.
Hmm.
But the Great Pyrenees, I would really like to see it soon in the store, so I wouldn't wait for it. But eventually, when we have the ability, we will, of course, want to do it.
Oh, why didn't I think about as somebody who's had dogs his whole life? Why didn't I think about what everybody's saying? Why don't we name our pets in the game, our companions?
Each one to name their own Pyrenees.
Yeah,
That's an interesting concept.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I mean, he'd come out of the box with his, you know, adoption center name, but cool idea. Okay.
I would love them users to be able to name it.
Well, let's see competition info. What do you say, Farmer Michelle?
Yeah, this next week's competition is lasagna. We did change the lasagna recipe. It used to be 2 cheese, 2 pasta sauce, and an egg, which was a bit weird. That's not how I would make lasagna. So
Without flour.
we
So
added more
weird.
cheese and we added flour, so that it at least is more like what pasta would be like. So there is some pasta in there kind of now, closer than there was before. So now it's 3 cheese, 2 pasta sauce, 3 flour, and an egg. That biome is forest to north. The edges are forest to the north, river to the east, ocean to the south, and another river to the west. Let me put that in the chat so everybody can see it. This is standard 1 gas for trades, but it's 120 seconds trade time for a standard trade depot and 60 seconds for an express depot. Regular gala rewards for the top 1200. No ghost card or blueprint or anything this week. And that's it. White rice is cash boosted. I didn't put up any pictures of the starter talents. Y'all have to wait until it goes live. It's got a lot of stuff in it this week, so you'll see it when it goes live. White rice is going to be boosted from 1700 to 4500, and the lasagna is going to be star boosted. Jam is still cash boosted also at 60,000, and then silver and bracelets are returning back to their standard values. That is all that I've got for competition info.
Man. Any chance I can win this one? I don't think so. Not against you guys, but it's fun. If Stan, if you're listening, will you post your thing? We can't really post it to endorse it, but I'm playing around with your builder and would love to see what people think about that. That's exciting, Michelle. Thank you for sharing that. Riant, do you want to talk about our sale?
Absolutely. Within 3 hours from now, at 11 a.m. PST, the Nonna Trattoria will hit the store. What's the Nonna Trattoria? Nonna Trattoria means in Italian grandmother's restaurant. So this new NFT will give a 2/1 passive tomato to surrounding tiles. It's a passive NFT. Also, 30% decrease in craft timers in the sauce facility directly adjacent to it, right? No roll requires, casts no negative proximities, and it will cost $350. It's an epic NFT. So it will help a lot in the lasagna competition to bring up the tomato paste sauce. Yeah, the pasta sauce. That's it.
Passive tomatoes are really going to come in handy with a bunch of different stuff too. They've for pasta sauce or tomato paste, and for 4-cheese pizza. So it may come in handy for other events down the line as well as this one. I see someone asking if there's a discount. No, there's not a discount. I think that's all we've got for sale information. Does anyone have any other live questions? We must have talked really fast this week.
Not fast enough to defeat the garbage truck that goes by my house every AMA.
Bad timing.
I don't see any other live questions. Has everyone out there been taking our community survey for the quarter? I hope so. Let me post a link to it in the chat just in case anyone hasn't taken it yet.
Oh, I see a bright wing question. We have find some difficulties bringing up back to the store. We are working on it. We will let you know in advance when we will be able to release them.
Any other live questions out there? Where are the questions, LV Postman? We've answered every question. I see the question open to active players first. I'm not quite sure what that question is referring to. I see another question that says, why more beacons? There aren't any more beacons. There are also not any more Hanks to sell. Those have already all sold out. I see people asking for more info on the bug. Like I keep saying, the team is working on it. That's really all that we know right now. I see Madukari is asking when the leaderboard is going to start updating itself automatically.
Yeah, that's a ways off. That's part of our improved backend thing. So nice things like that have to come after the promises that we've made in the past, like earning and upgradable NFTs.
So I'd imagine Q4 or later. I see LV Postman's asking about the Brightwind sale again, which we've already talked about a couple of times. There's not really a way to limit the sale to only active players. There's really just no way to do that in the store. It's not possible. The store doesn't track like how often people play the game and then only limit it that way. I see people asking if we're going to continue to run the competition if the bug is not fixed. I'd imagine that we will, but I don't have a direct answer. That's something we'd have to ask people more important than myself.
Yeah, that's Rock. What happened to TS nodes being used to keep the leaderboard updated? Still the plan. The nodes running, fast forward is definitely a cost reduction and utility feature that we want to add. The first step, of course, is getting the nodes converted to NFTs so we can use them in features like guilds, and then improving our node. I don't know what you'd call it, maybe awareness or just the tech we have around working with nodes. And then really the biggest hurdle on that one is a consensus layer. You can imagine if a town is being fast forwarded, you don't want just one node to provide the answer, right? So building a consensus layer and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of planning has gone into that. It's just gotta be prioritized like everything else.
LV Postman, I don't believe we can limit them per account. What we can do is limit them per transaction. That might slow the sale down if you think that all 100 of them are going to sell out in a half a second. That's something we would have to decide as a team. And we'll let you know. It'll be in the announcement before the sale goes live.
If we make foundries less smoky, I can't see my town. Huh.
They do put out a lot of smoke. I suppose we could look at trying to make that more transparent, maybe. That's something we'd have to ask the art team.
Yeah, that's interesting. Dr. Heggie talking about Silver Forge. Is that really very overpowered, though? I mean, it produces stuff, but
I mean, it only makes silver, so silver's not like a high star, high cash value item. It's basically like using a legendary wheat stand for your windmills. It's really not any different than that.
I'm not seeing too many other urgent questions here. I think we're about done for the week. What do you all say?
Yeah, I don't see any other questions. Just people talking about gameplay stuff. Seems a lot of people think that silver is overpowered now. Though I know for sure that if we were to change silver to require more silver ore, it would be a riot in the chat. And everybody would say that we nerfed their NFTs and they would be super mad. So when frozen wine? I've never had frozen wine before. Though I have heard of wine slushies. All right, I don't see any other questions, so we can probably head back to work.
All right.
Let's do it.
Everybody have a wonderful weekend. It's been great hanging out with you.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Yes, have a great weekend.
Make sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel and turn on notifications. And with that, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
They fast forward in the last couple minutes. They like time it exactly right before the competition ends or something. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. And I did that with a build that I practiced a little more than a day, actually. I did spend more than a day practicing this one. Hopefully I didn't run into any issues here, because I left it running for like the full 3 days. Okay, there we go. Am I still on here? It looks like it. All right, that's good. Yeah. All right. Well, normally I go on common ground and like in 10 or 20 minutes it loads up and I sell my wine bottles and ice blocks. I think it's gonna take like 2 hours for this to load up, guys, so I probably won't spend that much more time streaming this. But if you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know. If you think you want me to talk about any specific NFTs or strategies. Plan is to do a no NFT required lasagna build. It will probably be somewhat similar to the one I made 8 months ago, but adjusted with the new biome, taking advantage of a couple green timer windmills and the new craft requirements. I don't really have an idea of what the goal would be for the production per hour right now. Yeah, Joe, congrats to the team. And Dub, Homeboy Gaming, hello, and thank you. Thanks, Homeboy. Hope you did well as well. You just logged in? I hope you fast forwarded your time before the competition ended. I would think you did. Oh yeah, I saw that one. I had a whole guide for lasagna 8 months ago. I think this was around May Mayhem. It's probably not as relevant now, especially since that one we had a salt rush. So in that guide, I kind of told people to do salt rush, but since salt isn't cash boosted, it doesn't make sense to, you know, do salt rush. Speaking of the cash rush, I would assume most people would probably do gold, silver if they have the NFTs for that now, jam if they like doing jam rush. I really don't expect people to sell white rice for cash. It just doesn't, it's not easy. It's not that easy to quickly get to white rice production, in my opinion. Michael M. Penner, Brother Penner's no shade. I am just curious. Well, the LV Postman did post the steps to doing that on the Gala Games Discord. And if you want, I can tell you what he said right here. I'm not gonna replicate it myself, but if people say it works, it works. And hopefully that's something that they fix before the next competition starts out. Otherwise, they're probably just gonna delay the competition. Oh, 16th place, homeboy. All right, Rachel, hello. It was before Hanks. Yeah, it was before Hanks. So imagine the production now. No, but I'm talking about the no NFT build that I did anyways. It's not like I use Hanks in the no NFT required build. Also, just because somebody is sharing how to do the bug doesn't mean they were exploiting it, guys. Just to make that clear, it just means that they're aware of it. It's better that everybody is aware of it, at least, especially the team. That way they can replicate it and fix the bug. So don't freak out just because somebody is sharing exactly how to do the bug. They probably didn't figure it out themselves. They might have figured it out from somebody else. But anyways, the bug in question that they were talking about during the town hall is if you were to have the three Panner brothers place, that would be Goldie, Sylvester, and Cooper. And it says you remove and replace one of the brothers and it decreases the shade one tile around the Panner house and the bunk houses. I assume that's what it sounds like. And you can keep doing that until all the shade is removed around the Panner houses and bunk houses. That's the way it's worded here. So it does make it sound like you could pretty much permanently remove the shade from almost every single tile in the town, which would be overpowered if you just completely get rid of shade, especially when there's a meta that involves windmills. So that's kind of the gist of how that bug is working. Unfortunately, it does seem like some people knew about it during this competition and were taking advantage of it. I don't think it's like a massive advantage for this competition, because I might be wrong, but like I can only see that really helping you out with tree farms and the panning sites, because you'd be able to have them closer to your buildings that cast shade. Maybe I'm not calculating something there, but that's the only thing I can think of.